Lab 2A. Hi, Joe Cerrone. Welcome to CAD 107, Introduction to 3D Printing in Lab 2A. The directions for this lab are to open these student files and then to model these coasters using AutoCAD. We have the student files located right here, and we can download that file by selecting it, saying download, and then I'm going to open that file. And so here's what it looks like with AutoCAD. And basically this is a title block that we will fill out and put our name on. And then we're going to model this over here by clicking on this model tab using AutoCAD. If I turn the wheel on the mouse and push the wheel on the mouse, I can pan and zoom. We're on a 3D layer, and what we're going to do is we're going to enable this toolbar right here, and this is the modeling toolbar. I'm going to disable it just to show you that. Right now I have the pull down menus on for AutoCAD, and we're going to be using the modeling tools for it. And to access the modeling tools, I'm going to hide the menu bar, and then I'm going to show the menu bar. And there's different ways that we can access the modeling tools, but for this exercise we're going to go to Tools, Toolbars, AutoCAD, Modeling. And here's our modeling toolbar. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to select the extrude command. What the extrude command will do, will take a closed shape like a polygon and then extrude that into a 3D solid. So we're going to go and select that, put a box around it, hit enter, and you'll notice if it worked, it turned green. I'm going to hit escape now. Whoops, let me try that one more time. Extrude, select it, hit enter, and then we're going to type in 5 for 5 millimeters extrusion height and enter. If I go and I hold the shift key and push the wheel on the mouse, I can then orbit that and I can see the model now. And if I hover over different components, you can see that it extruded all the pieces to one 5 millimeter thickness. And what we're going to do now is we're going to remove those pieces. Now it's a little difficult to remove things in a conceptual visual style. If we go to a 2D visual style, it's a little harder to see, but they can still be removed. I'm going to show you in the conceptual. And what we're going to do is we're going to select subtract. We'll select the outer boundary first, hit enter, and then we'll select one of the inner shapes. And so you can see sometimes we'll get the entire model, other times we'll get just the shape. And so you kind of have to be a little particular when you're in a visual style like that. So it's easier to remove the other objects in a 2D visual style, which I'll do now. I'll switch over to 2D wireframe. I'll go back to the subtract command. I'll select the outer edge, hit enter, and then I'll subtract the inner shapes. And you'll notice that they highlight. If I select this one, which I already selected, I can remove it by holding the shift key, shift click. So we're adding to the selection set down here. It says 14 found, 17 found. And you only want to select them once. Once we have them selected, we'll hit enter. It'll tell us that it's completed the operation. We'll go back and view it as conceptual. And then we'll export this model. And so we'll say Big Red A, export, other file format, and we'll export this as an STL file. And I'm going to export this to my USB. And I'm going to export that as my initials. Lab 2A. I'll select it, enter, and that has then been selected and exported in a format that I can go and read in my Dremel slicer. I'm going to finish up the drawing by going to the title block page, and I'm going to zoom in on the student name. I'll double click on that, and I'll put your name here. And then we're going to save this file as a drawing file. I'm going to hit escape there, and I'll say File, Save As. I'll navigate over to my USB. And then I'll change the name to my initials. And I'll save that file. Okay, once we have that file saved and exported, what we're going to go to is to the Dremel slicer, and we're going to go and slice that file and then 3D print it. All right, that ends this video recording of Lab 2A student file.